Beautiful and scenic Northern California boasts impressive coastlines. Two peninsulas separate the San Francisco Bay from the San Pablo Bay. To the west lies the city of San Rafael. To the east, the city of Richmond. The San Pablo Bay is a tidal estuary that forms the northern extension of the San Francisco Bay. It is approximately 10 miles across with an area of about 90 square miles. The San Pablo Bay receives the waters of the Sacramento and San Joaquin rivers via the Suisun Bay and the Carquinez Strait on its northeast end and connects to the Pacific Ocean via the San Francisco Bay on its southern end. Communities on the shores of the San Pablo Bay include Richmond, San Pablo, Pinole, Hercules, and Rodeo in Contra Costa County, Vallejo in Solano County, and Novato and San Rafael in Marin County. This area is also home to the San Pablo Bay Wildlife Refuge, a 12,000-acre sanctuary including uplands, open water, salt marshes, and mudflats. The refuge is a migration, staging, and wintering area for a variety of waterfowl, shorebirds, and other water birds. This interconnected region of waterways, an area of rich and diverse wildlife which provides recreation and education, has faced its share of environmental challenges. In November 2007, the Casco Busan oil spill occurred between San Francisco and Oakland. 53,569 gallons of heavy fuel oil, also known as bunker fuel, spilled into the San Francisco Bay after the container ship struck the Delta Tower of the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge under thick fog. More than 50 public beaches were closed, and by mid-November, beaches as far south as Pacifica had been closed due to the spill. The Contra Costa County, City of Richmond's shoreline and wildlife were seriously affected by the spill. Richmond has struggled with other environmental insults, starting far before the Casco Busan spill and continuing until today. The Richmond community has, over time, grown into a host for several petrochemical, industrial, and chemical manufacturing facilities. All of these facilities produce, transport, and store enormous amounts of hazardous and harmful materials. The water around the Chevron plant and other refineries in Richmond has been poisoned with toxic chemicals released there since it was built in 1902. The water disposed of by this facility is highly contaminated with all of the chemicals it came in contact with during the refining process. The wastewater from oil refining comes from the cooling towers, desalting processes, distillation, and stormwater runoff. Because of this, there are very unhealthy levels of the toxic chemical polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, or PAH, and the toxic element mercury in the San Pablo Bay, the Castro Cove, and the San Pablo Creek Marsh near the refinery's runoff area for their wastewater. This water is highly toxic to humans and is also much too polluted for fishing or swimming. The oil refining companies in the bay have been the biggest culprit in increasing the air pollution as well. If you are in contact with these chemicals, they may cause you to have a cough or have breathing problems, and may even cause pneumonia. If exposed for a longer period of time, they may cause asthma, COPD, headaches, rashes, and depression. The PAH in oil may even cause skin and lung cancers too. These chemicals are harmful to the environment and increase the effects of climate change, as well as depleting the ozone layer. With this toxic waste comes toxic exposure, especially with such close proximity to large populations in the adjacent bay. Several groups have formed in response to this environmental health concern. For instance, community members have joined forces as the West County Toxics Coalition. Other local groups have come to the county's aid, including Communities for a Better Environment, a San Francisco-based group assisting in lobbying efforts, and Golden Gate University Environmental Law and Justice Clinic, also out of San Francisco, providing legal assistance. Numerous attempts have been made by environmental groups to reduce and/or eliminate the amount of toxic chemicals produced by these companies. Citizens have gone to Chevron themselves, they have lobbied with public officials, and they've rallied other concerned citizens and public health groups behind them, including media outlets. Fortunately, the city of Richmond has seen glimpses of success. In 1994, an agreement was signed by Chevron committing $5 million of their revenue to fund community development projects and measures to help reduce toxic emissions in the local area. However, continued action and support is needed to help ensure reduced adverse health outcomes. The San Francisco Bay Area is an important gateway into the Golden State of California. Many businesses and families make their homes in the Bay Area without being conscious of the potentially severe health effects of living in this community. In addition to a major oil spill in the San Francisco Bay in 2007, there are numerous major oil refineries located throughout the bay, and specifically, the Contra Costa County is particularly hard hit by toxic waste from these refineries. Toxic fumes and waste that are dumped into local streams and rivers eventually arrive in the San Pablo Bay. Not only does this make hazardous conditions for swimming and boating, but local fishing enterprises are currently in jeopardy of collapse. The local waterways are not only very important to the human population of the Bay Area, but are vital to plant and animal life forms as well. It is important for information to be readily available to the public, especially when many of the local refineries have been known to hide vital data that could be potentially life-threatening to nearby residents. Knowledge and understanding are the first step in changing the dangers to our local communities. Many environmental groups have attempted to contact and negotiate with local refineries to change the toxic situation that has been going on in the San Francisco Bay since refineries first appeared here years ago. It's time for local residents to take charge of the movement and inform the local refineries that their actions will no longer be tolerated. Residents must contact their local representatives and state officials to inform them of the toxic nature of their living and work environments. Change must be initiated by local informed residents and local environmental groups. To get more information about the toxic waterways and air quality of the San Francisco Bay Area and ways to help, visit www.sfenvironment.org.